Right, Shalom, Shalom. Real Hebrew Israelites coming out of GMS Birmingham camp. Before we get started, we'll start off by giving our praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, Qadash.
Double honors to the head elders and apostles, the great millstone, who will teach well. Also want to give a shout out there to the hopeful elect, to Yahawah and Yahawah who are sincere in this truth, as well as believers of his word, but not just believers, but those as well. Again, you would like to say Shalom.
Shalom.
Now, back in the spirit of Yahawashi, Rawchaa. Of course, we blow the trumpet against this wicked kingdom. Babylon the Great, man. But if I may bring that out.
It is Daniel 2 and verse 21. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that have no understanding.
All right, and we're coming into that season, man, where it's going to be a kingdom being changed, man. All right, the Lord is going to get ready to set up that one that is profitable. It's Sirach 10.
It is Sirach 10 in verse 4. It says the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
That's it.
And in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
See, that's the thing. In due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And we are in that time, man. All right, how we know that we're in that time? By way of prophecy. It is prophecy is taking hold upon the planet Earth, man. You go to Matthew the 24th chapter, starting with the 3rd verse on down. Our Lord Yahawashi warned us of the times of his own return, man. All right, you got the wars and rumors of wars. You got pestilence. All right, you got famines. The love of many is waxing cold, and etc., man. But see, we are not offended in these times because we understand, hey, this kingdom is falling apart, man. See, the saints is going to be put on top, man. All right, starting with our Lord Yahawashi, on down to King David, to the elect, man. And we hope to be of that number. If I think you can read that Daniel 2 one more time.
Yeah, this is Daniel 2 and verse 21. He changeth the times and the seasons.
That's it. And again, it's the Lord that do these things, man. The Lord, he's changing the times and the seasons, man. Got it?
It says he removeth kings and setteth up kings.
He removeth kings and he set it up king. Now, if you take a step back and you look at the state of the planet Earth right now, all right, with the wicked being in control, you see that this God does not know how to rule, man. All right, what is that? Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So, if the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, what you gonna see upon the planet Earth? Wickedness, man. You see, and that the scriptures speak about how the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. You see, because this devil, he don't know how to rule, man. The air is polluted, the ocean is polluted, the animals is polluted. Hell, you polluted, man. You see, so we need a new king.
It's the book of Sirach 10 and verse 3.
Yeah, it is, yeah, that's it.
An unwise king destroyed these people.
That's it. An unwise king destroys his people. And look, hey, look at the people, man. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 1.
Sirach 10 and 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and a government of a prudent man is well ordered.
See, now first and foremost, we know this guy is not a wise judge. He dealeth not with wisdom, man. And you can see it again by the way of the people, man. Matter of fact, you got it out.
In spirit, if I may add, because this wise judge is really talking about Yahawashi.
That's it.
On the banner of Yahawashi.
That's it.
It says, as the judge of his people is himself, so are his officers. In what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
It is, yeah. These people are full of pride. They low as hell. You know what I mean? They degenerate, but they powerful as fuck, man. That's why the scriptures speak on what is that? St. John 8 and 44. You are like the father of the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. These people, they live off the flesh. You see, they eat like 4 or 5 times a day. It just shows you these people are they really built to be destroyed, just like they fucking father Esau Edom, man. You got it out.
An unwise king destroyed these people.
That's it. And this guy is very well unwise because he destroyed his people, man. You people are waxing worse day by day, man. You got it?
It says, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
That's it, through the prudence, through the wisdom. All right, of them that shall be in authority, the city shall be well inhabited, man. What is that scripture? They mourning, so the wicked bear rule, the people mourning,
The book of Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when they're wicked, bear rule, the people mourn.
And this is why you always complaining daily, man. Because the wicked is in rulership right now. That's why you always got a problem getting up in the morning, going to work. You know, you shit, every time you put groceries in the house, they gone. You know, because the wicked is in rulership right now, man. But see, everybody needs a savior, whether they know it or not, man. But see, what does the scripture say? What is that rest that Jacob seeking for, but the election has obtained it? Only the elect has obtained that rest. You see, because that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding has been given unto the elect, man. Which, of course, we hope to be of that number.
And because these people are so dumbed down, these people don't even know they need saving, man. They've been in America so long, they think it's normal for niggas to eat pork and smoke cigarettes and coffee as soon as you go outside. Man, showing you how wicked these things have been since Esau been in power. You know?
The Lord said they trust in oppression and stayed their own. You know, they pretty much they've been dumbed down to the oppression of the so-called white man Esau Edom. To the point where you know, going back to the Ecclesiasticus, how it tells you that the unwise king destroyed his people. You know, Proverbs tell you how a law's population is the glory of the king, man. So Esau, he get off on killing you, man. See, and you're not even aware. You still like a couple cool. You know?
Israelite. Yeah. This Isaiah 24, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says the earth also. Now let me start at verse 4. It says the earth mourneth and faileth away, the world languisheth and faileth away. The holy people of the earth do languish. And if I may add, that word language actually means what? To grow weak or to grow feeble. Because again, America don't have that same strength that they have a couple years ago, and the reason why, because they have been defiled, man. Now when some pure, once you start cutting it, it starts losing its strength. Verse 5, it says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Land Sabbath, for example. Land has no rest. You got a fucking concrete jungle. You know what I mean? Perfect example right there. The earth fight back. You know? But this guy, here it is. This guy, he's not fit to rule, man. You know, he's totally destroying the earth, man. You see? And it's a constant fight, man. Oh, it says the preacher manifestation. It's like how it goes, man. Yeah, the wrong pop shop. Brother, you grab it, pop shop.
Yeah, I got some for you real quick. The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
If I may add, I can say such as leave it shall die. That's why the scripture say, who that wandereth not the way of the Lord shall remain in the congregation of the dead. And it's no coincidence that this place that we stand on is called the valley of the shadow of death, man. Because this place is everything that's contrary unto the ways of the Heavenly Father. Something simple as the land Sabbath, man. You know, you letting the land rest, you respecting the land, you respecting, niggas say Mother Earth. You know, you respecting Mother Earth, let her get her rest. But Esau, he overexceeded, man. Like he grabbed the saints, he grabbed the earth, man, and everybody is tired of this devil, man. From us, from the bacteria, look at the CDC. Nigga, he got bacteria in captivity, man. You know? That's for the perfect time to let it loose on certain niggas, man. You know, but at the end of the day, Yahawashi is making a perfect example of what it is not to be a perfect ruler. Because Esau is the perfect example of what not to do, man. You know? Child brothers got it.
Yeah. Yo, this is Romans 8 and verse 19. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creatures waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. This, Romans 8 and 19, it says, for the earnest expectation of the creatures waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High.
That's it. And even like brother speaking of bacteria, this nigga got bacteria in captivity, right? It's like, that's why the scripture say he's not satisfied with blood. You know what I mean? He got his zoo set up. You know, you even got certain plants, they can't grow to their full strength because he got them in captivity, man.
Yeah.
You know, this fucking devil gotta go, man. You see, because the script, like the brother just brought out, even the creation, you know, it's waiting on the manifestation of the saints, man. You see? You got some out. Bring it out, bro.
Hey, this is Sirach 39 and 26.
The principal themes for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are good to the God.
Hey, if I may add, it says all those things are good to the God. Because even certain things made upon the planet Earth is for a good reason. You know, even poison ivy. Poison ivy got they use wasps. You know, bees, even creatures that's not that sexy, a raccoon, a roach. These things have their benefit upon the planet Earth. You got it.
It says all these things are good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned unto evil.
It says unto sinners they are
Into evil.
He said, for unto sinners they are turned unto evil. Something as simple as the cocoa. Esau actually turned into damn with crack cocaine, which ultimately destroyed our damn nation. And you don't think he was, you don't think he knew what he was doing when he was going back, man? Going back into wine and even these different foods that we eat, man. Nigga got processed.
One thing that could be clearly done without any additives added on is wine and liquor. But yet with Esau, when he deals in his wines, he puts sulfates in it. See, that's why Jake be having these little skin ailments or whatever they drink wine. I know that's why outside the pass on the whole deal. Because the sulfates, it helps with you. It affects with you. Because that's unnatural, man. Why did he turn something good for you to eat?
And then he push it forth like it's something good. It preserved the wine.
Yeah.
It's wine from damn, I remember they almost from the Egyptian age. You know
No
what I'm saying?
sulfate.
No sulfate, and it was whole.
Yeah.
But it just shows you what happened once the wicked is in rule, man. Only thing that's going to happen, only thing that's going to get pushed forth is nothing but damn devil, man. You know? Y'all understand?
Yeah, I got to come back to verse 12 real quick.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel 4:13.
See?
And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their bread, so I can eat their defiled bread off the Gentiles. Brother, I will drive them.
That's it. It said, brother, while I drive them, that means there's no escape. But you got to consider the children of Israel, they scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But even going back, like the brother was bringing out all those different things, man. You know, that was good for the godly. But here it is, Esau, he throw his little juice, his dash of poison in there and mix it up, you know what I mean? And he present it to you, you know? Put a little dust on it, make it a little pretty, and present it to you, not knowing that shit kill you. Like the brother spoke on the Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? When you thirsty, you ain't got to sit up and drink. You know what I mean? Mouth drooling and shit. You know, it's cold too. Yeah, it's sweat. You got it out.
Give you 100% juice.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
shit. That's on the dust on it to make it look pretty. He's telling you it's 100% juice. But when you go into the ingredients, it's really different.
Yeah.
You know, that's why the Lord tell you how you should drink poison and not that, man. And it just goes with the different things that Esau presents to you, even your water, man. You know, this nigga got all sorts of chemicals. Water got ingredients.
Yeah, that was why you got different brands of water.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? You know? The nigga charged me for it too. You know, these things come from the earth. You know, but this guy gotta go. That's the thing, and that's why we need prophecy to happen. Man. Matter of fact, we get Revelation 12:12 from the Sham. Yeah, we need prophecy to happen, man. We're not offended in these things happening from the planet Earth, man, because we understand.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice in heaven, ye that dwell in them.
That's it.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
So yeah, this guy Esau Edom, he knows that his time is up. So now he's gonna get ready to come down with great wrath, man. You know, you know, his mindset is, if I can't have it, nobody can, man. You see? But it is, yeah, like I said, this ain't the end all be all, man. Babylon great, and once this place is done away with, the kingdom of heaven is gonna be put on top, man. All right, and that just thus says the Lord. So like I said, we're not offended in these things. We get echo. Get that echo. 3 and 7.
Book of Mark 13, verse 19. For in those days shall be affliction. So it was not from the beginning of creation which the Most High created unto this time, it shall be. And and except that the Lord has shortened those days, and no flesh shall be saved.
That's how you know Jacob's trouble gonna go by fast, for lack of better words, man. But at the same time, he says what? It's gonna be no days like it have never been before, man. You can read it again about your trouble.
Mark, Book of Mark 13 and 19, for in those days shall be affliction, such as was not for the beginning of creation, which the Most High created unto this time, and neither shall be.
If I could add to that point, that's indicative of Esau. You see? Read that one more time about the shop.
For in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of
Not from the
creation.
beginning, because Esau wasn't at the beginning. You see? Esau wasn't at the beginning. Yeah, Cain, sure, true indeed, but he didn't come in his perfection until he came as Esau. And he's in his ultimate perfection now, and he hasn't even reached his climax of power. That's the crazy part about it.
And if I may add too, because these captivities that we've been in, the Assyrian, the Babylonian, is not going to compare how these captivities going to end up.
Yeah, because he learned all of the torture techniques, all of the abominable things. There he goes. You think he ain't got something worse than that, man? That's why the Lord said that in those days, which days? The days that we're in now.
The days of Esau.
Yeah, the days of Esau. It continue. It said it
Say, for in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation, which the Most High created unto this time, neither shall be.
Neither shall be. So there's going to come a time that there will be an affliction upon the face of the earth. But the Lord shall come back and what? Defend it and cut it off. That's why he's speaking he's going to make the time short, man. Because if not, there shall be no flesh saved. Continue.
Verse 20, and except that the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh shall be saved.
See, and that's during the time of Esau. That's why everybody is so afraid of World War III, because they know that's the end-all be-all. This could be the very war that ends all war. And the end of that war is the end of humanity. That's why everybody said, I got my finger on the blade. You see, that's the Spirit of the Lord. That's during the time of Esau's reign, man. And the Lord said he's going to cut that time off. Yeah?
But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days.
See it?
And that's why I say for the elect's sake, man. Because the elect will be saved by the time of Jacob's trouble, man. And in the midst of it, it ain't like, because a lot of niggas teach that, that nigga Deacon, he teach that word, it's going to be a 7-year tribulation. The elect ain't going to, no, the elect is going to be in the midst of the evils. Bible Qadash, St. John 17. Bible Qadash, because at the end of the day, niggas going to have the understanding about prophecy, man. And once you truly understand, you know that the elect really going to earn their crown. You know, and a part of earning your crown is basically being in the midst of these terrible things that's going to happen upon the planet Earth.
Yeah, this St. John 17 and 15. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world.
Yeah, so man, it's gonna be a rapture, and it's just gonna be a couple people being, but everybody else don't. And then it's gonna be a couple. No, man. The Lord said He should not take them out of the world, man. We're gonna be in the midst of these things. We're gonna actually be a witness into the family. We're going to be a witness into people committing cannibalism, man. We're going to be a witness until World War III happening, man. But also, ultimately, the Lord want to be a part of that number. We're going to be a witness to those chariots, man. You know, you got it, bro.
But that thou shouldest keep. He says, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but thou shouldest keep them from the evil.
Yeah, but thou shouldest keep them from the evil. And that's the reason why those days are going to be short in the latter days, man. Because ultimately, we know that Esau, yes, he wants 2/3 by him. Yes, he wants Jacob, but his eyes is narrowly against what? The elect, man. That's who he want to take the children. Right. That's who he want to turn. But like it says, the Lord said he's not going to, for lack of better words, the elect can't be deceived. You know, child brothers got it.
Yeah, I got one for you. Yeah, just going back time passing, time speeding up. This is 2nd Ezra 4 and verse 26. It says, then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hastens fast to pass away. See, and ultimately, going into the so-called white man Esau Edom, in which he's the one who is holding the control, you know, here in these times. His world is what's hasting fast to pass away, man. You know, this is why all these events is what's taking place in even, you know, this guy's plans being revealed as far as Michael C. Hill. You know, everything's pretty much coming to its end. And it's the Lord that's speeding the time up. You know, you even have an announcer coming out telling you how to, you know, in August, you're going to have, I know it was one day in July when we had a short date. You know, and they said also, I believe it's August 9th, and they're going to have another short date, man. But that's just how about Rawchaa. He's speeding the time up for the elect's sake. See?
Real quick, the book of 2 Ezra 2:13, it says, "Go, and you shall receive. Break for a few days unto you, that they may be short. The kingdom is already prepared for you." Watch.
Yeah, if I may, because like tell you, what's that, 2 Peter, that we hasten fast for the kingdom of heaven for the lack of better term, man. You see? So even seeing these things is a saint to the point where you praying that the Lord speed the time, and you praying that He bring forth the children. You praying for more news of World War III. You see, ultimately you praying for the prophecy to be fulfilled. You know? And ultimately this is what's going to bring forth the kingdom of heaven. You know, it's not going to come out of so-called white man Esau Edom painting picture of sun rays and, you know, this guy pop up in the sky and you hear goddamn hymns, you know, halos and shit flying. No, man. It's gonna come by way of disastrous events happening in the earth. That's what's gonna activate Yahawashi, man. Because He's a deliverer. You know? So events have to happen and the Lord has to deliver you from it, man. What you got?
Hey, real quick, we can get Isaiah 26, and I'll get 20 real quick, I'll be reading. This is Isaiah 26 and 20, it says, "Come, my people, enter into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. For behold, the Lord cometh out of His place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain."
Yeah, it's World War III, man. You know, this is when Yahawashi is going to come out of His place and judge the inhabitants. You know, the valley of Jehoshaphat. You see? Yeah, Yahawashi, man.
See, if I made but I'm always mentioning that fire and rescue. That's what's coming. That's what the Lord's going to bring upon the planet Earth. He's going to bring fire, then He's going to bring that rescue to the saints, man. You know, and we're going to be able to see these things happen as well, because it's going to be a build up to the deliverance, man. You know, matter of fact, if I'm with that Job 5 and 17, real quick, you know, it's going to be a build up to the deliverance. You know, you got to go through the famine. You know, basically, we got to see the things that we speak upon come into existence, man. You know what I mean? Because that's even going to, you know, put fear, but it's not just fear, it's going to be faith as well. We're going to know the Lord with us then at that point, because we prophesy these things, man. You see? What you got, man?
Yeah, this Job 5 and verse 19, it says, "He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7, there shall no evil touch thee."
That's it. He's going to deliver you in 6 troubles. You know, the famine, the pestilence. You might have to get in it with a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Ain't no telling. But the Lord going to deliver you at the end of the day, man. And He said, "In 7 shall no evil touch you, man." Those thermonuclear missiles, man. See, these people are that sacrifice set up for God, man. You see, just for us to have the kingdom of heaven, man. You see, which we hope to be of that number, of course, man.
Yes, it says, "In famine we shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword."
That's it. In famine He shall redeem thee in death. And that's the main thing a nigga feel too, man. Not eating. Because he's so used to eating 4-5 times, you know, a day. The scripture say, matter of fact, brother, give me that Deuteronomy 8:2, if I'm not mistaken. 8:3, what? Bible shot. You know, He humbled thee. A lot of you niggas gonna get humbled, man. You know? Because you so used to eating McDonald's at 2 o'clock in the morning, Taco Bell being open at 4, you know what I mean? But the Lord is going to get ready to humble you when you're not going to have that access anymore, man. But as for the elect, you see, they've been building up upon this word, man. You see, they've been building upon that staff, you know, the Holy One of Israel, that rock, you know.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy 8:3. "And He humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which thou knowest not, neither did thy fathers know, that He may make thee know that man doeth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahawashi doeth man live."
And that's it. Hey, and I'm saying, some brothers done went through that, you know what I mean, just right now. You know, to the time when you know, bread was kind of short, Lord kind of humbled you a little bit, and then he make a miracle happen because you depended on him, man. All right, because you built up off his word, man. You know, you knew the scriptures. You know, and that's what's going, you know, really going into the being redeemed. It's going to really be us thinking upon the scriptures, man. That the Lord is going to make them miracles happen, man. See? You got something else?
So in the book of Isaiah 51 and 14, the captive exile hates him that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread shall fail.
He said, the captive exile hates him that he may be loose. Yeah, really get the hell out of Babylon, bro, because there ain't nothing here for us, man. If you ain't, and one thing about the pit, you're in a low area, underground. You actually, you know, people say, I'm so low, I'm looking to make the float, man. But some people though, they looking at the city. But some people so low, they looking up at the float, man. And once you look at the estate of Jacob General in Babylon, no matter if he's damn a $50 man or even a $50 million man, at the end of the day, Yahawashi Sham is going to still remind that you're nothing but an Israelite. One guy, LeBron James, this nigga, they've been trolling this nigga for the past couple of days, and this nigga panicking. Because why? He want to stay in the pit. He want to stay in Babylon. He didn't really want to stay a slave. But as for us, man, we want to get out of here, bro. You know, our hope is not going to fail. And what's one of our hope, man? What's one of our major hope? That America being fucking destroyed, bro. Because soon as this place be destroyed, then the kingdom can get ushered in, man. You know, then life can really prosper throughout the whole planet Earth, man. But one thing about this society, they didn't teach these niggas like in K through 12, man. The only thing they taught you was death, man. They taught you the history of Esau, taught you how you got your ass beat, and how you got to shuck a job to get here in this society, man. With this new mindset, we're coming up here to, you know, the king shall take the sun, you know. Somebody kind of excited, the saints shall take the kingdom. That's the mindset that we're having, man. Because one thing that we're going to do, we're going to do a perfect thing of justice. You had us in the pit, now we're going to put you in the pit, man. You know? You had us in chains, now you're going to be in chains, man. This is one of the things that we're hasting for. Prophecies of the Lord to come to pass, man.
I got it, man. Look, you got it. Yeah, Micah 2 and 10. It says, arise ye and depart.
Who's like my baby? Rise ye and depart. Come from that low state, man. Because like the brothers going into Babylon ain't shit to death, man. You know, we over here, we pushing life.
And if I may add up, going from that low mindset and that lower state, now you can't tell a nigga shit because a nigga like, man, look, you can tell a homeless man, yeah, you get an application, even a bride that's on drugs and shit. Real shit, bro. You know, you think bad, this shit happen to get real. Like in real life, bro, you can tell somebody on drugs, yeah, you need to do this, you do that. But guess what? They still gonna remain into that lower state because the Lord ain't really dealing with them, man. Like you see a lot of these people with demons on their, you know, they can be perfect, you know, they can be nice, as good as gold. But the reason why, because the Lord got them in that lower state because he didn't unlock that keeper like a battle room. Read that again.
Yeah, it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because a lot of these drug addicts, they rest is drugs. You know, they rest is here in America. You know, every day a nigga go down and get a nigga bag from time. That's niggas' everyday life, man. But our everyday life is still a nigga bad from Yahawashi. And we raising up with that mindset, man. You know, that might be distasteful, but we get this spiritual life from the Lord. Read it again.
Yep, it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
And the first thing it destroys is your mind. Because wherever your mind goes, the ass will follow. That's why, again, they taught you for 12 years, 13 years, and if you got more added on you know, may the Lord have mercy on you, man. Because the more you be in school, the more you be dumbed down and be polluted, man. Because the only thing they teach you is the curriculum of death. They teach you the curriculum of Esau, man. And you can see by the worst people that you ever met, there's a nigga that was in college, man. You know? A woman, worst woman you can ever get is a bride that's an AKA. They got a master's degree, she an RN.
Yeah, she got a bed.
Yeah, she got a bed. Right? You know she got a bed. She got a wife. And even that broad Carly Russell. You know, that you lied to America and all of that. She was a nurse.
Yeah.
But guess what? That was the worst bitch you ever met, man. And that's what it is, bro. Yahawashi is showing you the people who go into the ways of Esau, the production of your life or the production of your characteristics is going to be dope, man. Bitches bragging on abortions, you know? Hey, niggas bragging on having sex with other men. That's sick, bro. And that's why Yahawashi is going to have to do a great reset in the form of those missiles. Because the only way that this polluted land can get cleansed is through those ICBMs, man. Baba Bashar, anybody, go back into that second to the fourth chapter. Because it goes back on it. In order for that good land to come, this current land must be taken out. You know? You got it, bro.
Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 4 and verse 28.
Try to 26 when you left off.
Verse 26. It says, Then he answered me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel.
Yeah, the more thou searchest, the more you should marvel, man. You know, because you realize how crazy and fucked up this place is. You got it?
It says, For the world hates the fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous.
Yes, because ultimately this world is not going to compare into the world that we're going to have, man. 50 million, niggas, LeBron James, $50 million. Now, Jake, I can pay my rent with that. Okay. All things you can do is spend that shit up. You know? But the things that the Lord is going to give us is everlasting life, man. We're going to be able to go to universes and galaxies for eons and eons, man. Yeah, eternity, for the lack of better words, man. That's why it says you cannot comprehend things that's promised for the righteous.
Giving you wisdom to benefit the earth. Rather than, you know, Esau, the wisdom he present, it destroys the earth, man. You know, you might come up with ideas that batters the ecosystem, man. And you won't need that because the shit's so fucked up, man.
That's it.
It continue on to say, it says, we cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come.
In the time to come, which is really now. The only thing we have to do is play it out. You know, in order for us to get to the kingdom of heaven, we have to go through this current kingdom. You got it?
For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee.
Yeah, this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. Prophet Shah brother can look up the word infirmity, you know, but we already know what unrighteousness is. A part of that unrighteousness is, you know, this nigga not keeping the land south. He is out the LGBTQ, he is out adultery. He even is out kids disrespecting their parents. That nigga DDG, little brother, nigga had a song, I'ma kill my. Nigga had a song about killing his mama and daddy and he got 8 million views, man. That's how sick this society is, man. And it just tells you how a lot of these people are just plain sick in the damn head. You know? Y'all really got that word?
Yep, this simple definition of the word infirmity means physical or mental weakness.
Physical or mental weakness. And a lot of people are weak-minded here, man. Nigga fall apart because he lost his job. It's assumed a nigga killed his daddy recently, man. You know, brother, I think a brother picked that much harder. A nigga actually killed his daddy. How weak-minded can you get? And the first thing he say, yeah, he was mean to me when I grew up. Some bitch-ass shit, bro. When somebody say you ain't got their fathers, man. Just showing you how these Americans take shit for granted, man. You got it.
Yeah, it says, but as concerning the things of, it says, but as concerning the things of thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
For the evil is sown. Now, where was that evil sown?
Time of the Greeks.
Of America. Because you got to realize the sown. I use that, but that was that seed. No, that's the spirit. That seed was already over there in the east, but that seed got planted in the west in 1776. That's why it says that evil is sown. And that's how you know it's dealing with planting. You got it?
But the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Yes, because it's not the time of harvesting. It's not the time of reaping. Because it's going to be a time when everything in this place sown, Esau's going to reap it, man. You know, you got it.
It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that it's sown with good.
So if you want to go to heaven, you know, If you want the kingdom of heaven to come, you must want the destruction of America to come too, man. Because that's going to be the a part of the biblical timeline. The nation of Egypt have to rule. You know, they have to come down, have to break out. They have to fulfill their lot, pushing forth the MOTB, and ultimately push out the Gnosis in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established upon the planet Earth, man. And that's one of the things that we're preaching. You know, first thing to get how, you know, that is St. Matthew 10. One thing he said, preach that the kingdom of heaven is here. The kingdom of heaven is come. When we are earth, the kingdom of heaven is in us, man. You know, any brother got some, y'all brother got it.
Got something real quick for you. This 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 12. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahawah Rawchaa, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And if I may, it's just what we're looking for. The destruction of this kingdom, man. We hastening on the coming of our Lord Yahawashi. You see, entering the time diligently within themselves. All right, 2 Corinthians 9 and 1. You see, but it says, nevertheless, be according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein the well of righteousness. Ultimately, that's what we seek it for, man. The promise of righteousness being pushed forth upon the planet Earth, man. You see, there's much more out there than this fucking kingdom, man. You know, it ain't gonna stop at Babylon. You know what I mean? Babylon destroyed. What did he say? Babylon be destroyed, not Russia in power.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, hey, unbelieving niggas like that, they believe it. They gonna die with this place, man. Cause that's it. Cause they really just want to see this place keep going on and on, man. You see?
And one thing about somebody who's invested, they don't want to lose their investment, man. Them niggas spent, you know, they get $200,000 a month. That's a pushing forth wrong breakdown. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, you're gonna lose everything, man. You know, we want to lose this place because we invested in the heavens, man.
Yeah.
Y'all brothers got it.
Matter of fact, though, not me. Back then, just going to that mindset as well. This Jeremiah, chapter 49, and I started at verse. Jeremiah 40. It's like, I get 51. It's like Jeremiah 51 and verse 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. So here it is. This is a commandment to flee out of the midst of Babylon. But how do you flee out of the midst of Babylon, man? Not getting a plane ticket and going to Africa somewhere, or even on Israel today, you know, because you're going to get turned around. But it starts by the way of your mind. Romans 12 and 2, man. It says, be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So here it is. This is the time of the Lord's vengeance, man. That's why this place is waxing worse and worse. You know, she lost her birth. You know, things ain't the same. You know what I mean? What Jake be saying, that vibe ain't there no more. You know, because ultimately, this bitch is, it's like, what's it?
Yeah, she ain't the same problem.
Yeah, that's it, man. You seeing this bitch right through her makeup, man. You see? You know? That's it. It says Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
You know what I mean? That's how you know. It was a such thing that America was in its golden age. Around the 1950s, it was a golden age of basketball, a golden age of TV. And the only thing you can go from there is down. That's why niggas comparing, you know, I'm keep on bringing those niggas LeBron because he gonna die. But nigga and Michael Jordan. Niggas keep on comparing Michael Jordan and LeBron, but who LeBron wanted to be like? Michael Jordan. Because now he played in the golden age of basketball, man. And after that, it was a decline, bro. The only thing you can get, like the statue of Daniel, the only thing you can get gold, silver, brass, and now you get the point with damn the iron mixed with stone and plate, man. It don't have the same value. Got it?
Since Babylon has been the golden cup in the Lord's hand to make all the earth drunken, the nations are drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
And what they drunken of? Their philosophy, man. Their way of life. You know, women twerking. You know, all of a sudden, it was about 4 or 5 years ago, women can start driving over there in Palestine and the Middle East. And like a year later, it's women that was twerking on down the street corner. And even though that's just something new, that will grow into another thing, that will grow into something wicked. Now it leaves room for adultery. You know, now it leaves room for lesbianism. Women on women now, man. Got it?
I'm going to preach y'all heard about China banning OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're showing you the nations are mad because they understand that seed, it grows, man. You know, and it just now you got a nation full of whores, man. You know, you can't do nothing with that, man. You know, you can't even raise children like upright with that, man.
Yeah. And it's a perfect example. They say women are the for lack of better words, they are the face of not the face of the nation, but they show you what quality of nation you
Status.
Yeah, the status of nation you want. And that's why you can see soon as the serpent came upon the scene, who he went to Eve. He didn't go to Adam because Adam wasn't going to take that shit. But that's how Esau been doing. He been pushing it through the woman, man. You know? And LGXYZ, women's right, all those things. He catered to the women, and ultimately niggas would be so fucking sipped out so they can please their woman.
It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed.
Yes, take balm for her pain. If it's so be that she may be healed, but this bitch can't be healed, man. Out of all the shit that this bride have done, you know, you go back into the Native Americans. Matter of fact, Bible Bishop, brother, give me Proverbs 6 and verse like 15 or 14. Say heal when no one stay with you, Bishop. Read it.
Yep, right. Going back, this Jeremiah 51 and verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain.
Take balm for her pain. And balm is supposed to be like a healing instrument. And that's what niggas try to do. That's those stimulus checks, build back better, even black-owned businesses. Black-owned businesses is trying to heal America, man. You know?
A lot of them bitches closed down fast. I don't know if y'all know about that Creole spot right around the corner.
By Legion Field.
Yeah, man. He wasn't even open long enough, man.
But it was good food.
Yeah,
though.
it was good food.
But guess what? They nigga trust me in Babylon.
That porch.
Oh, the back porch. Man, the back porch. I ain't gonna lie. This fucking bad ass spot, good food. And they had a steady source of business coming in. But guess what? They failed, bro. Because why? It wasn't of the Lord. You know, this house be of the Lord, it shall stand, bro. Black-owned business is not what's up, bro, because that's the way you trying to fit in and stay in America, bro. You know, nigga, and even going back into niggas want the black daughter, niggas want a separate place for just Israelites. No, man. None of those things is not the solution. The solution is the destruction of America. That's it. You got it, bro.
Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed.
If so be, she may be healed. Now hold that up and give me what you got.
Proverbs 6:15. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy.
Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. Now look up that word remedy, man. It goes, we ain't got to look it up, but it goes back into that word balm, man. A healing instrument, trying to soothe this place, man. But America would not be soothed until the destruction comes, man. Until that fire and brimstone hit this place and take this place out, man. You know, you got it, bro.
It says, going back, Jeremiah 51 and 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Yep.
Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country.
And that's what these other nations is doing about a roundabout way, man. It was an Elamite over that well, it was an Elamite that owned like a Chevron, and they been owning that motherfucker about like a year or so, and they finally sold it to like two Edomites, man. You know, and it just shows you that all these nations, they just getting their money and sending it back home. But it's going to get to a point where they're just going to go home and say, fuck America. Because ultimately, this place is only used for money, man. It tells you that in the book of Revelations, the 18th chapter. These nations not come. The American dream, when you look up the source of the American dream, it's really just to come over here and get money, man. Go over here and get money and send it back into your folks, man. That's the American dream, but the American dream is dying as we get closer and closer to the end. You got it, bro.
For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the sky.
Yeah, so Yahawah Sham have this place numbered, man. You know, and ultimately it's only a matter of time before the Lord comes down on this place with fire and brimstone. But certain things must come to pass, man. We already know that the MOTB must be pushed forth, man. The mark of the beast, which is a major part of prophecy. You know, but once they get pushed forth out, World War III starting to kick off, we know the end all and the be all is going to be what? The missile scene. Because it's an indefinite point of time when the missiles will land upon the source of America. Brother, can you give me that? I think it's like like Revelation 9th chapter, there'll be a day of time, second week, the Lord shall slay the third part of men. So that's going to be an indefinite point of time. You know, no matter who wins a Super Bowl, no matter who, if the Lakers go undefeated, no matter if LeBron James get another ring, all that shit don't matter. What matters is what's happening with the scriptures. Thus saith the Bible, you know?
Revelation 9:15. Revelation 9:15. And the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day.
Yeah, and real talk. Now real talk. Let's go ahead and let's get the breakdown on this. Bible Bashar brother can get Revelation the 7th chapter. To show you. Because ultimately in this destruction, it must be a deliverance. Like the brother mentioned earlier, that fire and rescue. And people say, well, why the destruction ain't come yet? Certain things must play out, man. You know, you can't jump the gun when it comes to Yahawashi and Yahawashi. Let's stop.
Revelation 7:1. It says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
Now, is those 4 angels different? No, they're the same thing. Yeah.
It says, holding the 4 winds of the earth, and that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Yeah, and now that wind is talking about that destroying wind that's written about, and I think that's Jeremiah 50 or Jeremiah 51.
51 and 1.
Yeah, 51 and 1, which is actually the aftershock. Because once the missiles hit, it will be a million degrees worth of wind that's going to knock a lot of things out, man. That's going to melt a lot of things. And there's angels that's actually having control over that, man. Come on.
Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith Yahawah, behold, I will rise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me.
That rise up against the Lord. Come on.
A destroying wind.
A destroying wind, which is in the form of those missiles, man. Come on.
It says, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land.
Yes, because ultimately, what the missiles is going to do is cleanse this place out, man. Purge this place from all its infirmities, man. And what's the best place? What's the best quality of material to purge this place out with? Fire and brimstone and death, man. So it can be a clean slate when it comes to the kingdom of heaven, man. You know? You know what I'm saying? Let's move to that.
It says, for in that day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
In the spirit, that's why he's speaking about a day. So it's a certain point, indefinite point of time when Yahawashi is going to destroy these people.
Right. All right, go. It says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. That's Yahawashi telling you, like, when he come back, that he's going to bend the bow the same way that Esau decided to bend the bow against the nation of Israel, because they surround us round about. The Lord is going to bring Esau to the Middle East to surround them round about. He's going to what? Shoot missiles on them. America, because one thing I've been learning, America has a ocean buffer. It has ocean privilege, which means it has the ocean to buffer its enemies against. But through IBCM missiles, they no longer have that ocean buffer anymore. You see, these missiles can get over here in 30 minutes. So you being so far away, like you can't say, hey, I got a station over here in Panama. That means nothing now. The Lord said, I'm gonna shoot missiles on you. I really got you surrounded, because he has put all of his enemies round about Esau, because all of these heathens are pissed at these tariffs that Trump is bringing against them.
It's no coincidence that all these different nations got what? Missile capabilities.
Yeah.
When there's North Korea, a little small country like that, they got that thing for your ass, man. And it just put a certain humbly upon these Americans. Because, you know, you go back to Fat One Hula Boy when they dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that changed war as it knew it. Because as soon as those bombs dropped, people, you know, they gave up, man. Yep. And they know, oh, next time we get into these niggas, they're going to do it again. Yep. And it's a sense of fear when it comes to those ICBM missiles. And that's why everybody have a nervous point when it comes to it.
Yeah, that's why.
But that's how you know. So like, that's how you know it's going to really be a Yahawashi that's going to push these different buttons, man.
Yeah, that's why you had the Cold War.
Yeah,
the Cold War was simple. Everybody understanding, like, dang. might not want to push that button because, hey, it's the end all be all. That's why it was an armistice race after that. Who can stockpile the most missiles? But I got something for you, brother. I'll pass it back. It's a lot. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 28. It says, but as concerning the things whereof thou hast asked me, I will tell thee. So this is Ezra asking an angel, right? For the evil is sown, but the destruction the brother's going into, the destruction thereof is not yet come. See, so the destruction is not yet come, but it's being broken down unto you now. That we can clearly see that missiles going to be shot on this plane. That's the end all be all in all conversations. Hey, missiles, boom. We know it is no more ground troops. That is archaic.
Yeah, that's out the window.
Yeah, shooting guns, putting boots on the ground, that's archaic, man. It's only drones and missiles now.
And that's how you, and this really a part of the way. In 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, measured out the time diligently. Once the missiles got upon the scene, man, there ain't no other questions you should ask, man. Yeah, the Lord is not going to take this place down because there's certain niggas saying he's going to take the place down from volcanoes and thunders, natural disasters. Fuck no, man. You don't have to understand it. He's going to take this place down through ICB and missiles. But like you said, it's a definite date. It says the destruction is not yet come. You know, because certain prophecies must come to pass, and one of those prophecies is the MOTP. It's written about what it is, 1 Corinthians 14 and 41. Let all things be done decently and in order. Do you know that's even talking about the prophecies, man? So in order for the missiles to hit, guess what? The seal have to be pushed out there, man. And also what? The elect have to be gathered. You know, go back to that Revelation 7.
Yeah, Revelation 7. No, I was
I'm good. So going back to that wind.
Okay, you know? This is back in Revelation 7. All right, it says, I'll start from the top. Yeah. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. He cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
You got power over the muscles, showing you that Yahawashi control all these things. Come on.
It says, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the service of our power to the service of our power Yahawah in their forehead.
Yeah, so guess what? The missiles ain't going to even come until the elect be sealed. You know, it's just showing you it's an indefinite day when Yahawashi is going to come and destroy this place. But before that day comes, certain things must come to pass, the gathering in of the elect, man. Because again, people are going to be destroyed, but it's going to be certain people that's going to be preserved from that destruction. That's why it says, hold on, chill out. Let's go ahead and seal up the elect, and then we can destroy the rest, man. I even tell you that in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, instead of destroying the whole break, he got a couple of big clusters in there, man. You know, so you gotta,
continue to set. So that, I'll read verse 3. It says, Revelation 7 and 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power Yahawashi in their forehead.
It's talking about the elect, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ezekiel 9 and 4 being one with the exemption, man. The exemption from judgment. You know, but you can go back to Revelation 9th chapter, because that judgment is going to hit everybody who don't have that no more. Everybody who don't have those good graces of the Lord, man. You know, got it.
This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 15, Salah. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the 3rd part of men.
So it was angels that were set loose for a definite point of time to destroy the 3rd part of men. Now, who is the 3rd part of men? Esau, Edom, the sons of who? The sons of the wicked, the sons of the perdition. You know, which goes back into the wicked destruction, got it. Come on.
Yeah, if I could just add to the brother, just for clarification for Jake's out there, that third part, because the first part of men are the sons of God, then we have the sons of men, which are all heathens outside of Esau. The ultimate heathen, the two top people on the planet Earth you got the sons of God, you got the wicked, and what falls in the middle and at the bottom are the sons of men. So that's what the scriptures is referring to, the third part of the name. It's Esau.
The antagonist.
Done. All right, continue. All right, it says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
Just trying to hate 200 million. You can say that ain't 200 million. You know, niggas want to get technical, but you didn't equate the warheads, man. Iran have a thing. I think Iran and Iraq, they have a thing. It's called Missile City, which actually is an underground city that stockpiling missiles, man.
All right, and it says, all right, going into that warhead what the brother was talking about, that makes it 200 million missiles. Huh? All right, verse 19. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. So when you're looking at the head, that's speaking to the nuclear tip. But the tail is the delivery system, the propulsion system that actually brings forth that fiery head. All right? So that's what the scriptures is going into. It says, I'll read back, for the power is in their mouth. So at the tip of that missile is their mouth. That's where he shall open forth and let forth his fury. It says, and in their tails. Why? Because their tails get them there. For their tails were like serpents, which lets you know that it was what? It was an ICBM missile. It was a snake-like cylinder. All right?
Matter of fact, what you
19.
It's 17.
Jumping up to 17. Jumping back up to 17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision.
And now, horses is the representation of what? Power, man. You got it?
And them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions.
It says the heads of the horses was as the heads of lions. And that's even when they break through that ozone layer, it's going to be like a little fire, you know. It's going to be like a little firewall, and it's going to actually look like a lion's mane. But ultimately, that lion represents what? Power too. You know? Sharp teeth.
All right, it says, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
Fire and smoke and brimstone, the same thing that Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed with, man. And boy, he's going to use the same thing to destroy this place today. Got it?
By these three was the third part of men killed.
And who is, if we just going to the third part of man, because Esau Edom and his society as a whole, because ultimately it's not going to be no Bart Simpson doll or anything that's remained in the house of Edom once we start issuing the kingdom of heaven, man. All the remnants of Edom is going to be thrown out, and it's going to be stamped. It ain't going to be like after the Roman Empire, you know, they're going to come back again or rise another phoenix. That's what this guy's hoping. Because once the missiles hit this place, this is the end all be all, man. And the only thing we gotta look forward to is righteousness. Oh, come on.
Book of Psalm 11, verse 6.
That's it.
Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone.
Yeah, he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone. In the spirit wise, it's called the snare because the Lord gave Esau the weapon for his defense. But this is going to be the same thing the Lord is going to use to take him out. You got it?
It says, in a horrible tempest, this should be the portion of their cup.
It says, in a horrible tempest, this shall be the portion of their cup. And that's really talking about what? The destruction, man. That hot fire, that millions and millions of degrees that's going to flood through the planet. For the lack of better words, ultimately to cleanse this place so the kingdom of heaven can be established. You know? You got it? Sit on that?
I got one for you. Yeah, this is Isaiah 9 and verse 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
You got it, bro.
And if I may just going into the, World War III, You see, even the reason why the missiles is on the scene, man, because this is that war where that fuel of fire is going to be used, man. You know, and like you tell you how, you know, the age of war was with confused noises, but you know, this is going to be with that burning the fuel of fire, ultimately showing you that these missiles is going to be used to destroy America. What you got now?
Back you up. Amazing. It's Joel 2 and verse 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is not at hand. And, you know, hey, that's what we're doing ultimately, blowing that trumpet. We're warning you and going into the precepts and showing you these missiles and what they're put here for, man. What the Lord said, I created the smith and blow up the coals in the fire. All right, but to continue, it says, Joel 2 and 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it.
If I may add, those great people, it's not because certain niggas will say they're talking about the Chinese army. Niggas will break it down like that. But those great people is talking about the ICBM nuclear missiles. That's why I said there shall be none alike. Read that again, last part.
It says, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Many shall be any more after it into many generations. Telling you how Isaiah 2 is going to come to pass when they shall not learn war anymore. You know, you got it.
It says a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burning.
And that sounds like the same thing we just read with the Jason and the lion's head and the brimstone. That's the same thing, man. You know, the names might change and the parables might get switched up, but the story stays the same, man. It's talking about the destruction of Babylon. You got it?
It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
And that's what people think America is, paradise. That's why it's a such thing called the American dream. But your American dream is going to be interrupted by fire and brimstone, man. You got it?
Behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Nothing shall escape them. And that's why we read Revelation the 7th chapter. Because you got to have that Torah in order to escape these things, man. You know? Only way you can escape the ICBM missiles, you have to go up. Come on.
It says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses. And as horsemen, so shall they run.
And that's the spirit. We read in Revelation 9th chapter. They were saying something about horses, which represent power, but it says as horses shall they run, man. Because ultimately you're going to heal the missiles too before they come, man. Come on.
It says that like the noise of chariots.
And even once they land, you know, when you hear a horse gallop, the missiles going to be walking up on people. You know what I'm saying? Do. And how a horse gallop, like da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. That's how it's going to be, man. You got it?
It says like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains. Shall they leap?
Shall they leap? And when it means they're going to leap over mountains, yes, you can say, yeah, they're going to leap over Nepal. No, those mountains are those different governments. It's going to be people that's going to shoot missiles. They're going to go over Germany, over the UK, and it's going to land on the US, man. You know, it's going to be missiles that's going to pass over Russia, and they just going to shoot straight to us, the US, man. You know, that's what it means. You got it?
It says like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble.
Yeah. It's going to be like a furnace, man. Anybody ever worked in a furnace? Imagine it like 200,000 times, bro. Because that propulsion system, that's a lot of power to get over here on the west, man. So you're going to hear it before it hits, man. Nigga saying, what's that sound is? All of a sudden, you look up and the missile going to be there.
Like the wisdom about the rocket and the so-called Roscoe's rocket, how loud that is and how far the people got to be out to get it. So shit, what more when it's coming to you?
It says, as a strong people set in battle array, behold, their face, the people shall be much pain.
Yeah, you know why I say a strong people. Because once you see them, you know you're not going to be able to defeat them. That's why it says in their faces, it's going to be such strong pain because niggas ain't going to have no hope. We won't have all the hope in the world because there's going to be time for Yahawashi and Rawchaa to come. But for the people who don't know, they're going to lose all hope, man. That's why it says in their face, it's going to gather blackness, man. Come on.
It's like it says, before their face, the people shall be much pain, All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
Yeah, the golden dome that Esau got. The missiles gonna pass that shit, bro. That golden dome that you talking smack about, it's shoddy as X, man. Yahawashi and Rawchaa have already got it figured out, man. Come on.
They shall march every one on his ways. They shall not break their ranks.
They shall not break their ranks. And it's gonna be 200 million of those things, man. And they all gonna be in order, because a lot of times people, oh, it's a crowded situations, and they just gonna bump into each other. No, it's gonna be a calculated destruction, man. Because not all 200 million is gonna hit, Babylon, but it's gonna be a lot, though. You know what I'm saying? You got it?
Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path.
That's how you know the Spirit of the Lord is gonna be on these different devices, man. That's going to be a part of the anger of Yahawashi and Rawchaa being made manifest. Come on.
And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city.
Yeah, they say when they fall upon the sword, when you go into that golden dome, it's going to be Esau think he got the victory. Boom, big explosion, niggas clapping, yeah, we saved. And all of a sudden, it's 3 more that came out of that, man. Because ultimately, again, those ICBM missiles is going to totally outweigh that golden dome that Trump built, man. He built it on the fly, and ultimately, he's not going to have no true way to test it until those ICBM missiles really go over here. Because even you go into the Iron Dome in Israel, it took years for them to perfect it, man. You know, you just can't jump up there, and then America is a big land, for lack of better words, and a lot of those defense missiles is going to come out of sea from different submarines. All that shit is not really going to work, man. Because again, you're doing it on the fly, and ultimately, again, Yahawashi and Rawchaa want this place to be totally wiped out, man. Come on.
It says, they shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief.
And the windows is talking about what? The ozone layer, man. Because the reason why that intercontinental ballistic missiles, they can go out the Earth's atmosphere, and then they'll wait and they'll glide into their destination. And as soon as they're there, they put their eyes on the target, man. As soon as they start coming out, now the warheads coming. Ultimately, in the matter, they say in the matter of, I forgot, it's like a timeline. In a matter of damn 2 minutes, your ass can die, man. As soon as you see it, as soon as it got its direct target, in a matter of a couple of minutes, you will die, man. And that makes Revelations with the 18th chapter, that 60 minutes, that makes much more sense once the word hypersonic missile, once all these words get thrown around, it makes more sense. Come on.
It says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great.
Yes, and the Lord is uttering his voice before his army right now by pushing forth the prophets, man. We telling you about the destruction before it's come, man. You know, and that's how all great kings did. You go into Xerxes in that movie 300. Before he actually came down and on those people, he sent the messenger first. And that's the same thing the Lord is doing now. Before he come down and really destroy Babylon, he's sending prophets out there, man. He's sending us out there. You know? You got it?
It says, for he is strong that executed his word, for the day of the Lord is great. Very terrible.
Yeah, the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Going back into that day, man, when 200,000 missiles will be scattered throughout the whole planet Earth, man. That day when America be destroyed, and ultimately that day when it's the end of our captivity. Because that's the reason why we keep talking about the destruction, because that's the end of our suffering, man, and the beginning of your suffering. You know? Come on.
And who can abide it?
And who can abide it, man? Ultimately, only the elect will be delivered from these times. You know? Any brother got something?
Yeah, I got something for you. Going back into those missiles. This is Ezekiel 21 and verse 8. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus said the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished.
Now, who is that sword? Matter of fact, Prophet Qadash, brother, give me Genesis 27 and verse 40. Because that sword actually links to somebody. You know, that sword is not talking about Elam or Ishmael. We're going to see who that sword is talking about. Stay where you at, Qadash. We're going to jump in.
This is Genesis 27 and 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother.
Matter of fact, start at verse 13.
This is Genesis 27, 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
So Esau, which is today the so-called modern white man, he was asking for a blessing. You know, he was asking the Lord to bless him with something. So when he blessed him, come on.
Continuing, it says, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above.
So the Lord actually told him about Job 9:24. The fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. You know, you got it.
And thy sword shall live, and shall by thy and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother.
Yeah, he says, and by thy sword shalt thou live. Telling you that Esau was blessed with the sword, man. Esau was blessed with the weapon, unlike anybody else, man. That's why when you go into Abraham, Esau, the different Oppenheimers and these different people, nobody was able to tap into their technology except the Edomites. You know, the Temanites, the Germans, you know, and really they set it up for their downfall, set it up for their snare. That was on it?
I'll finish off. It says, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
That's different. Go back into that Ezekiel. Going back into that sword, man. Because again, that sword is talking about Esau and his weaponry, man. You know, when it goes back to Isaiah, I have set up. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 54 and verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
And who is that smith? Esau Edom. The Lord said, I have created the smith. So the Lord created Esau to be a blacksmith of weaponry, man. Come on.
And bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
And what is that? Those ICBM missiles, man. Nigga became the destroyer of worlds when he started splitting those albums, man. You know? You can go back where you were on Malachi.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel 21 and verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished.
Yep.
It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter.
And this is spirit, it says a sword is sharpened. And the part of it being sharpened, at first they had the atomic bomb. Then when they got a nigga with a plane, and the plane gotta be so fast, unless the pilot, he'll die too. But now they speeding up, and now they had nuclear missiles, and now they got hypersonic missiles. That's a part of their sword being sharpened, man. You know? Because ultimately, Yahawashi, he's increasing the technology of Esau so he can destroy himself faster, man. Because if it was just atom bombs, America wouldn't be destroyed in 1 hour. No, but at the same time, when you introduce hypersonic missiles, it makes much more sense, man. Now, brother, got it?
Yep, it says,
because again, that sword being sharpened, in the sword, this nigga, at first, World War I and World War II, when this nigga actually fought in World War I, he changed the ways of war. You know, when he fought in World War II, he changed the ways of war. So how it's going to be in World War III, man? You got it?
yep, it says that it is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make murder?
Yeah, should you then be partying and bullshit? Come on.
It says, it continued the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
Yes, because ultimately it's going to be Yahawashi who's going to put the spirit on Esau to destroy these people, man. And ultimately to even destroy his damn self. But the Lord, he's in control of all these things that's happening upon the planet Earth, man. You know, so again, the sword being sharpened and furbished is talking about how the Lord is putting the spirit on these Edomites to create different weapons. You know? Yeah, but got the answer.
Got some for you real quick, Mother Son. Matthew 26 and 52. Then said Yahawashi unto him, and put up again thy sword into its place. All that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
He said, all that take the sword shall perish with the sword, man. You know, because ultimately, he that live by the sword shall die by the sword. And that's why Jacob gave Esau a warning. He said, and by thy sword shall thou live. And when Yahawashi said, you got it. Because Yahawashi, he is Isaac. And when he told Peter, he said, pull up thy sword. Read it again.
Matthew 26:52. Then Yahawashi said unto him, put up again thy sword into its place. All that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
All that take the sword shall perish with the sword. And Esau, he's the ultimate sword. Yeah. And for lack of better words, Esau, he's that ultimate sword, so he's going to perish by the same thing that the Lord gave him. Papa Shah, brother, you get Psalm 7. Come on.
Yep. Psalm chapter 7 and verse 16. And it says, his mischief shall return upon his own head.
Hey, so and then I got Galatians 6 and 7 and
man,
you know what I'm saying?
I got the belly of the dry bone.
Oh, that's the spirit, that's the spirit, man. You gotta read that again.
Yep. Going back, Psalm 7 and verse 16. And it says, his mischief shall return upon his own head.
Yep.
His violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate.
And they're talking about what? Those different ICBMs. Because he thought the missiles was going to be a tool for his prolonged kingdom, but the missiles is going to be the tool to destroy his kingdom, man. Because that's what he's been using so long to keep the world at bay. I'm gonna hit the button. I'm gonna hit the button. Better watch out now. But now everybody got that button. Everybody pump faking, man. You got even North Korea, man. You don't even hear nothing about this for real. But they got that button for you, man. So again, Yahawashi have made an evil land an evil laying playing field when it comes into the nation of Esau. Because they have been running rapid, they have been destroying the whole planet Earth, doing shit scot-free without any damn judgments behind them, man. But their ultimate judgment is coming upon them, man.
Okay? Wait, I'm shocked. Wisdom of Solomon 1, now start verse 7. For the Spirit of the Lord filled the world, and that which containeth all things have knowledge of the voice. Yep. Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid.
Yes, he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, man. Esau tried to hide under the nation of the so-called white man. Nigga tried to hide as Etruscans. Yeah. Europeans, niggas came up with anything. I'm Swiss. I'm not white. I'm Swiss. British. I'm British, man. I'm not white. I'm Scottish. You know? Yeah, I'm them sheep, man.
Egyptians, man.
Yeah, nigga claim Egyptians, man. But that's how he tried to hide, bro. But the Lord have exposed them. That's on what the 2 Thessalonians, man. You got it.
God, it says, neither shall vengeance, when it punishes, pass by it.
Yeah, so when the Muslims come, they ain't gonna be like, oh, Esau got a pass. No, man. They gonna come straight for Esau ass, bro. For all the wickedness that he have done, because everything a man sow, that shall he reap. And we have this guy sown throughout the planet Earth. Death, murder, damn destruction. It tells us that in the book of St. John, the 10th chapter, how a thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. And this nigga have been living up to his name since he's been in power, man. You know, if you don't believe me, just ask the Native Americans. You know, you got it all.
God, verse 9. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his word shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds.
And that inquisition means a deep interrogation, man. So we examine this guy, you know, like this nigga Esau, man. You know, you the one, and that's the spirit. You can realize why Esau doing all this, because he know that the judgment that Cain is gonna get. You know, Cain said, my judgment is greater than I can bear. And for lack of better words, he did 3-card money with the nations. So, you know, it was a point when people couldn't tell who was who. You know, people like, who, you know, some people knew who Elon was, the Persians. You know, some, not, so like, they knew who the Persians was.
That's Iran.
You know, they knew what Iran was. So like, they knew about Iran. They knew they was the Persians. You know, some people even know that the black people was Israelites. But one major question was who was the Edomites, man. And one thing that these Edomites did, they tried to blame it on Japheth. Like Japheth had the power to drop bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know, but you can read that again, not so long.
Kind of book of Wisdom of Solomon 1 verse 9. for inquisition shall be made to the counsels of the ungodly.
And that's that deep interrogation. So when you look into the scriptures and you look into reality of what's going on right now, you can identify who the wicked is. Come on.
And the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord with a manifestation of his wicked deeds.
And the Lord is going to get his ass for the manifestation of his wicked deeds, because we're not complaining for no reason. No, the Lord can look down on the heavens and say, oh, I see why. I see why I set this part up. I'm going to get this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because even then, we put curses upon Esau, Edom, but we also put curses upon 2/3 of our people too, man. Because they doing the works of Esau. If Esau would have never introduced wickedness into Jacob, for the lack of better words, we'll be righteous, man. But again, through the perfection of the story, that had to happen. Hold on, slop.
No, I just want to add to that brother's point. You'll read the first part back, Bible Sham.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 9. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and verse 9, for inquisition shall be made to the counsels of the ungodly.
And through that inquisition that was made, man, through the spirit of Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, through the prophets going out to the highways and byways, that has piqued the interest and caused people. You know, have you ever ran across and had a moment where I want to think new thoughts, I want to know something new? Well, that was the spirit of the Lord jumping on you to have an understanding for something greater, because, hey, you didn't understand this thing that you were seeing. The Lord caused the prophets to come out to go into that inquisition to a point that I came across a TikTok or Instagram clip where it was a Moabite. I mean, we know Moab. Hey man, Moab, he's backwards thinking, just to say the least. It was a female. She came out and said, "Yo, I'm starting to see that the propaganda of America has taught everybody to hate these black people.
Yeah.
What is it? So what has he done so hateful to you guys to make you guys do the things that you've done to him? It's no record that he's done any evil to you. Why are you treating them that bad?" I'm kind of starting to think that you guys know something that we don't, and you're making everybody hate them because you know that they're great. They don't know it, but you know it. So F.A. You know how you want to call. If a Moabite can get it, man, yo, man, it's clear and it's evident, man. The truth is out there, man.
They might be an Israelite.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
He might be an Israelite, because again, they resonate with the truth, man. They resonate with their people, because they're just like, if somebody, like Issachar, but like we hate Issachar, but you still, Jacob still had compassion, like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? God damn, Issachar. Because that's your people. But like a better word, maybe at the same time, we know it's well deserved. But you got
yeah, but just to finish off the point was, if Moab can get it, man, how can you people get it? Because as the brother said, I do believe you said, I believe that was a Jake, but that shows you they're watching us over there in their land. Why? Because they need to hear something. Even though we don't know what lies they being told, they know they ain't being told the truth. So the great inquisition that was made by the prophets here in America, man, through the spirit of Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, has got the world on fire, man. And that's going to bring the ultimate fire to Esau. What you got there?
God, it says, and the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds.
Yeah, like that's the manifestation of his wicked deeds, the brother said, man. The Lord heard it, now he got a reason to destroy Esau, man. That was pretty much it. I do that. Maybe you had another.
Yeah, I got some, Spot 35, and verse 14. Who will not despise the supplication of the fathers, or the widow, and she poured out in the plate.
And that's the reason why Ezekiel 9 and 4 sign and cry for all the abominations that get done in the midst thereof. Even once he go into the word preacher, I think in the strong G, it actually goes back into somebody crying openly, man. Wisdom cries out, she utter her voice in the streets. And what we complaining about, man? We complaining about Esau and how wicked this system is. It makes our men grow up to be emotional. Niggas grew up listening to 90s R&B, Now he sifted every bitch, man. Nigga, every day the nigga got a quote for the women. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man. Every day this nigga on Instagram quoting out for a bitch, man. Because he's simping, bro. And the only reason why you think like that because America brought you up, man. They gotta get out that mindset. You know? I love that, you know. I love my black queens. Get that, man. You got it. And that's one thing we complaining about, though, because ultimately, Jake is just in a dumb ass, they're in a dumb state, for lack of better words, man. And the only way they're going to get out of that dumb state is through death, man. You got it.
God, do not the tears run down the widow's cheeks, and it's not her cry against him that causes them to fall.
Yeah, and who was that widow? We are those widows, man. Because our husband, Yahawashi, he died, man. You know, and who was our complaint against the ones that caused us to fall? Our enemy, Esau evil. Come on.
Verse 16, he that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach unto the cloud.
And that's the spirit. I know, brothers, I put a curse upon a nigga a couple weeks ago, man. And Yahawashi got that nigga the other day, man. Really last week, man. Called law Yahawashi. And I got the, man, I ain't gonna lie, I got the news, I was at work and shit. And Jake was tired, Jake had a hard day that motherfucker. Jake worked, Jake like a motherfucking slave. But man, it was beautiful, man. Jake came and he like, man, you heard about so-and-so? I'm like, no, man, what's going on? He said, yeah, man, he just got arrested. You know, I'm like, oh, but the spirit, he got fired the week before. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nick was really previous, man. Then the week after that, he got arrested. And I was like, yeah, you know, Jake had they did evidence that the rest of the day. Because by the judgment of the Lord came to pass, bro. And even some simple things, bro. When you in the route and the Lord put you out that damn mind, bro, that's beautiful, man. That's a part of the Lord answering your prayers. And it could be a dangerous situation. Daniel in the lions then, he was fucked up, man. But as soon as he got there, what he did, called law Yahawashi, shot, man. You got it.
God. It says the prayer of the humble pierces the cloud. Until it come nigh, he would not be comforted.
Yeah, until it come nigh, he would not be comforted, man. And that's why it says, he hath watchmen on his walls that will never hold their peace. Day and night shall we cry out, man. Because again, when the brothers, you know, when we close down, it's going to be some brothers that's going to open up, man. And when it's some brother, you know, it's a well-oiled machine of this truth, man. That's asking the Lord for prayers, and we're not asking for vain things, man. We're not asking for big booty holes. We're not asking to prosper in this society. We're really asking for the will of the Lord to be done. Even when you ask the Lord to let a nigga, you know, put a curse on a nigga to die, that's really the will of the Lord. You know, you got it.
It says, and will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment.
And that reminds me of the persistent widow. You know, Bible shop, you brothers know what that is? I think it's Luke 16. You know? I think it's like Luke 16, running around that age, around that persistent widow. She was going into a wicked king, a wicked judge, man. And ultimately, she was, you know, for lack of better words. I think it's 18. You got it, brother got it.
Yeah, this Luke 18 and verse 1, it says, and he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always pray and not to faint.
And that's again, those widows' cheeks. You praying until your complaint be answered. You know, got it.
Yeah, it says, saying, there was in a city a judge which feared not the Most High.
So it was a wicked judge, man. You got it.
Neither regarded man.
Yeah, neither regarded man. So he ain't had no respect for persons, you know, you got it.
It says, and there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him saying, avenge me of my adversary.
Yeah, come on, that's the spirit of us, man. Avenge me of my adversaries. Avenge me of Esau, Edom, and all that. Because again, Esau ain't just start whooping your ass in his lifetime, man. He was your granddaddy ass, your great-granddaddy, and your great-granddaddy. But the problem was you. You know, that, and again, it's been a cycle of us getting beat down as a people. And every time we came back, you know, Lord wanted to be a part of that number. Every time we came back, we had the same complaint, man. Because this beef between Jacob and Esau didn't just start, man. It's a generational thing. You know, you got it, bro.
Yeah, it says, and he would not for a while, but afterwards said within himself, though I fear not the Most High, nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continuing coming, she weary me.
Yes, because their persistent sign and crying will ultimately get your prayers answered, man. You know, us crying and sighing against Esau, Edom, sighing and crying against this place of America, Babylon the Great, and all the wickedness that goes on here. Ultimately, the Lord is going to hear our prayers and say, come, my child, you know, and let the message see. You know, but before that day comes, when it says, wait, a man always be instant in prayer, always pray and not to faint. Because certain niggas, they'll pray for America to be destroyed, then a couple of years later, they want America to be destroyed. You know, we want America to be destroyed today, but certain niggas, we want America to be destroyed within 1,000 years. You know, and the reason why you want America to be destroyed then, because you have investments here, man. And you don't want your investments to be used here because you're so engrafted and wrapped up in this society. And really what you wrapped up in is what this place have to offer. Really, it's what? The flesh of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, which is totally enmity against the Most High, man. But it's sexier to people, man. You know? The child brothers got it.
I got one for Second Ezra 6 and 58. His brother was going into those righteous prayers, those righteous supplications. And we know Ezra is always asking for something, man. He was always asking a question. He was asking for a blessing, for understanding. Right? 6 and 58, it says, but we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, because we're likened as to that woman waiting on that adoring bride, as the brother was going into, that widow, right, are given into their hand. So, hey, he having his way with us right now, right? But, hey, we're walking in this faith, we're doing the things that are needful to receive for salvation. It says, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? Because this world was not created for Jake's sake. We seek the kingdom to come, but our people seek an inheritance within this world, man. And Ezra didn't even fully understand that, because now, well, he understood, but it was manifold. Hey, he had to ask this question for us to get this understanding. All right?
Because this question get all of us had.
Right.
A lot of the questions that you asked for is already written about in the scriptures. But again, like you said, why would we be the reward for the reward? Because we're separate, man. Our reward is going to be everlasting.
He said, I'll finish off as you got it. It says, how long shall this endure? It says, how long shall this endure? So we're still in the same boat as Ezra to this day. We got greater understanding. We got a greater portion of the spirit, but yet we're still in the same boat as these prisoners in the boat. Hey, Lord, how long we gotta endure this? Hey, when you gonna coming back? He's giving us greater signs, but hey, we're more anticipatory for the next one. Now we all looking thanks to this Neuralink, thanks to what is it called, the Genius Act. Yo, we're looking forward to the MOTB, man. That's it. You see, Lord, how long shall we endure this? We got certain answers, but hey, when you gonna? Hey, Lord, when you gonna make this thing pop off so we can go ahead and get up out of here? We're still hasting. We're still pressing the Lord and making the Lord make good on His word, and that's what a prayer is for. It's a supplication. It's a beg to make good on your word, which you said. I didn't say it. You said it, Lord. Or, Lord, please, you did this. You said you could do this. Will you? That's what this is about, man. Those righteous prayers, those righteous supplications unto the Lord.
Say, we're proud of the spirit. The spirit that we're going back into he that prayed and have faith and say unto this now move this, for lack of better words. That's what the brother going into, man. Because we have faith when we speak these things, and it might not come when you expect it, but for lack of better words, it's going to come on time, man. You know? Y'all got it.
I got widow. This on Sirach chapter 4, verse 5. It says, turn not away thy eye from the needy, and give him no occasion to curse thee. For if he curse thee in the bitterness of his soul, his prayer shall be heard of him that made him. And that's what we're doing against Babylon the Great. You know, hey, brother going into the prayers, man. You know, brother, it says, just complaining to me continually. You know, just us being out here week in and week out, you know, prophesying against the downfall of this wicked kingdom, man. We crying out to the Lord. These are complaints that are going on, man. You know, just for the offenses that this place has done, man. You see, and the cursing as well. You know, us throwing up cursing, the spirit, man. You know, I believe it's every new year we'll throw up the curses together, you know. But even brothers, hey, they
Every day.
Yeah, that's it. I was just gonna say every day, man. Brothers throwing up curses within their prayers, man. You know, but that's it, huh?
This is Ezekiel 9:4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And if I may, you know, there's certain spirits here that's not with America, man. You know, and predominantly those spirits will be here at Great Millstone, where we're constantly crying out about the abomination that's being done here. And also that's going to lead to you being a mark being set upon you, which goes back to that the law to be exempt from judgment. But it go on to say, it says, and to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the midst of the city and smite, that not your eye spare, neither have you pity. In which these others will be those who pretty much joined to the system, man. They pretty much went how Esau run the shit, you know. They don't want these things to come to an end. You know, they invested in this place. So yeah, the Lord gonna destroy you, man. You know, it says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any upon whom is the mark, and begin in my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. And they even show you that it's going to be certain Israelites that's going to be with this system staying here, man. You know, but yet the Lord, he's going to destroy you because you don't have that mark of exemption in which you get that mark for being against this place, man.
See?
You know?
I got something about shop. Real quick back here.
Amos 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake your business.
Yep, and because you have those false teachers, I believe that's in Jeremiah the 14th chapter, that say sword and famine should not be in this land. But the Lord tell you how by sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed, man. You know, so yeah, you in the spirit that these things is not going to take place, but yet those are going to be the same things that the Lord is going to send to destroy you, man. You know, what you got to do.
This is Psalms. This is David speaking. I'm going, brother. Hey, Psalms 139-21. Do not I hate them, O Yahawah, that hate thee?
See, if I may, it's certain spirit that's aligned with what the Lord wants here in the earth, man. You know, they're pretty much with His will. You know, they let your will be done. See, you got it out.
It says, do I not hate them, O Yahawah, that hate thee, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee?
Yep, see? And yeah, Esau Edom is one who rises up against the Lord, man. You know, that goes back into Isaiah the 24th chapter, how it tells you that where it goes into the laws, that he did away with the laws, man. You see? And yeah, that's vexing, man. So yeah, we hate this nigga just like he hate the Lord and just like the Lord hate him. You know, what you got it up.
That just proves that we're, Lord willing, we stand at like mind, and we're in the house of David, man, because this is David speaking. As the brother said, hey, there's certain people here in America that ain't with America. What is that indicative of? You must be in the house of David. You must be aligned with Yahawashi. You're a traitor. You know, we're considered domestic terrorists at this point.
They commit treason.
Yeah, and that's this whole these little legislations that they pass through the APEC or whatever. Basically, at the end of the day, we know it go back to the small hats or whatever. All of these legislations that they passing out is chipper ways to get the truth off the streets and take it off the internet. So certain words can't even be used. So hell yeah, I see that you hate the Lord and we hate you too, man. And we just gotta stand on that side, man.
But you got it, because Esau, he's going to try to make a distinction, man. And that distinction is going to... Okay, yeah, you got it. That distinction is going to be by way of the chip, man. You see? And then how you going to tell who hate the Lord and who with Esau. Huh? You know? Oh, yeah, you got it.
Go. It says, I hate them with perfect hatred. That's indignation. That's where you get the word indignation. Perfect hatred. He set forth the standard. Esau said he set up this place. up under the guise of the Bible, when it was really set on Satanism. Hey, so we hate him with a perfect hatred because you said it was gonna be this, the land of milk and honey, for real. But yeah, this is hate. All right. It says, I count them my enemies. Search me, O power, and know my heart.
Yeah, they're enemies unto the Lord, man. You know, he said he count them their enemies, in which when you look at how Esau is running things, it's pretty much everything that's contrary to how the Lord wants things to go here on the earth. Which that's what he's an adversary, man. You know, so we have a perfect hatred because he's an enemy unto the Lord and us being the Lord's children. You know, this nigga, that hatred shows towards us, man. You see? But he said, go back, read the next part.
I'll read back at 22. It says, I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. Search me, O Yahawah, Yahawashi, and know my heart.
Yep.
Try me and know my thoughts.
Yep, they're going back into your mind, man. You see? But yeah, if a nigga hate your daddy, you gonna hate him. You see? And it's the same thing with Esau and our power. This is our power that he's coming up against, man. You see, even how he's running this system is against how our authority want things to go here in the earth, man. You know, and it's a vexation unto us because we ought to operate under a certain vibration. You know, and the vibration that he have us operating on is corrupting the nation, man. You know, and now you have a crash on society. You see, but yeah, that shit came from Esau, man. You know, and this is why we hate you. See, because you look at Jacob, even, you know, the condition of our women, the mindset that they're after, they learn that shit from Esau, man. You know, so yeah, it's a perfect hatred, but yet it stems from, you know, righteousness, man.
I got something for you, barbershop. Proverbs 29 and 27. A just man is an abomination to the just.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's Esau, man. You see, us being in that just spirit, he's unjust by nature. So yeah, there's going to be, rams heads clashing. You see, with us being amongst each other, man. This nigga is an abomination to look upon. He actually get down with the LGBT. And we just want simple man, woman, child, man. You know? Yeah, simple order, man. He gets off of disorderly conduct, but we see the benefits of order. What you got, man?
God, finishing off. He that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked.
Yeah, he hate us, man, because we don't want to eat pork. But yeah, we know why you shouldn't. We know why you shouldn't eat pork, man. We know why you shouldn't eat shellfish or the different things the Lord said don't do. You know, being here in America, he said you was gonna learn good and evil, man. So we actually learning evil under Esau, and therefore it's leading us to being upright. See, and now this nigga hates you for it, man.
Perfect choices.
Yeah, come, yep.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. I start at 14. It says, he was made to reprove our thoughts. Talking about the righteous.
That's it. Yep. It's speaking of us, man. You know, we was made to reprove Esau's thoughts. Hey, it tells you in Genesis that we lord over him, man. You know, and it's even written in history how we taught them how to bathe and how to be civilized. But yet, under the rulership of Esau, he's uncivilizing everybody, man. But you got it, up. Yeah, we was made to reprove his thoughts. You see?
I got it.
All right, it says, he was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold.
Yeah, see? Yeah, he's grievous, even saying a free Edomite, man. You know, a nigga jogging. It's grievous, because it's not him jogging, it's how he go jogging, man. You know, the nigga get naked. You see? He's perverse in his way, man. He's perverted. You know, and he's grievous to look upon.
Yeah, but he ain't. You got real grievous into him.
Yeah.
Because we righteous. But he see, a brother wearing preaches the right way. It make Esau grieve, man. A man not committing adultery, a man going back into the ways of righteousness, it's grievous unto Esau, man.
And wearing the beard.
Yeah, wearing the beard.
Because there's certain jobs he wants you to cut. You know?
Or you gotta have a damn mask.
Yeah.
And through the spirit, it don't be like Jake B. You know, when you comb when that shit come out, but it really be them strangling hairs of Edomites that shit that be in your food.
Continue, it says, he is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men.
Yeah, because Esau's pretty much at peace, man.
Yeah.
You know, this nigga, he ain't really got shit to worry about. He actually has generational wealth. You know, unlike Jake, Jake really just scratching up chains. You know, your mama's still scrabbling up chains and shit, man. You know, but yeah, he's not in trouble like other men. You see?
But they're really talking about Jake.
This starting at 14 and speaking, this is how the Edomites, this is how the elite look at the prophet that the brother was going into. Our ways are contrary to his way. How we get down, we've made ourselves a prey unto Esau. Because Esau understands, hold on, I'll read. It says he was made to approve our thoughts. So that's an indicator, hey, that who's made to approve all men's thoughts? Only the prophet. That's where you get the, Jake can hit you with the Tupac. Only God can judge me. Nah, nigga. The scripture tell us he that is spiritual judge of all things. Alright? So, and yet he is judged to no man, because the only person that can reprove his thoughts is who? Yahawah and Yahawashi. You see? Because we ain't perfect down here. You see?
I got some real quick. He was made to reprove our thoughts. Galatians 1:16, and I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth.
Yeah. So are we now am I your enemy? Here it is. Esau says, oh, the Bible is a good book. You should live by the Bible. Now we out here really living by the Bible. And we telling you how to, hey, don't do this. Do that. Don't eat that.
So it's like you pull out Deuteronomy 22 on somebody. You know what I'm saying? it's all, they throwing all out the Bible, but that's the law though.
Yeah.
You know?
They get offended at people that say, I'm living under the Bible. They're actually offended.
It's offensive to them at this point. Who do you think you are? You're better than me?
Right. But that's why his brother just read, as the wicked is an abomination to the righteous, so is the righteous an abomination to the wicked. If you really look at it, man, we really like Superman living in this bizarre world, man.
Yeah.
Everything is totally upside down in this society. You know? Go come. Galatians 1:16, and I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth.
Yeah, because we tell them the truth. Like the brother from Mississippi a couple of months back. This society is based on deception, lies, everything nefarious. So therefore, when truth comes out, it's either celebrated or it's attacked.
Yeah.
It's simple. So therefore, when we tell the truth, I hate that. Here come this man. There he comes. He finna come with that shit. Like, what's old butt off of Minister Society? Sharif. Yeah, here comes Sharif. That's us, the Esau, man. I go back.
Real quick. I just got some bad from that truth, man.
Yeah.
Because the reason why they declined is because the truth haven't been out for so long. It's the book of 2nd Ezra 6, and I'm going to start at verse 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, as for faith it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared.
See, through faith was this thing, read from the top. Faith was this all established, was this evil and this deception uprooted, man. Through us having faith. I am an Israelite. I did go through the curse. Hey, it was on the top of it now, man. You see?
Snowball.
Yeah, snowball effect. Through faith, hey, through the hearing of the word. Hey, look at America. Circling the drain. Through.
It says 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 27, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
So evil, bad times, man. You break it down. Bad times shall be quenched. Hey, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. And here it is, Esau's supposed to be the greatest mind the universe has ever seen. But yet, why are the people complaining so much, man? We were happy. Jake were happier if they was just hanging from trees. I know those Hamites, man, they cool long as Esau left them alone. It was cool letting cows piss on their heads, man. Putting mud in their hair, on their skin. That was cool. But with Esau, no, you can't do that. Now he threw, throw his whole ecosystem. He can't function no more. Now it's out of whack. See, that's what Esau's good for.
He says, as for faith, it shall flourish.
And it's flourishing now. So it's going to flourish even more in the kingdom. Because it shall, the seed of righteousness will be established, and then we'll see the fruit. We'll see the fruit of what faith led to, what diligence led to, what discipline led to, man. But it starts here, so it's flourishing now. You got it?
It says, as for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, in the truth which have been so long without plan.
Yeah. You want to say something about it? Hey, read that end part.
God, it says, in the truth which have been so long
This
without
understanding, man. This understanding. So long without fruit. Now here it is through our business, man. What? That one seed, John the Baptist, bringing his, turning back his ears, turning back the people to the Most High. Now we're starting to see the fruits of this, man. Now we're finna get up out of here. But before John the Baptist came onto the scene and that seed of faith was planted, hey, we didn't have a shot in hell, man. It'll be way worse than what we see now, man. If the Lord hadn't set this forth. You got it. So truth coming into the mix sets forth the balanced scale, right? Because right now this isn't a balanced scale. Like everywhere you go, the world is a ghetto, man. You got it? But that was pretty much it. Yeah.
This Psalm 54 and verse 4, it says, behold, Yahawah is my helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto my enemies. Cut them off in thy truth.
You got it, man.
Yeah, just to back the brother up. Hey, this truth. Revealing Esau Edom, man. This is showing that this devil was being cut off, man. Also, what's going to cause him to come down with great wrath, man. Because he's going to get to the point where he can't take no more of it, man. You know, he's going to try to come after those who, you know, they got the testimony of Yahawashi. Because you niggas out there, you know what I mean? You niggas ain't no threat for real. But the ones that's coming out there, you know, with the testimony of Yahawashi, that's the real threat, man. See?
I got it. Back over in Wisdom of Solomon, 2 and 5. I'll start at 14. He was made to reprove our thoughts. So that's speaking of the upright man, the man that's following after the spirit of Yahawashi, the prophet, man. That's those prophets of doom. Hey, we're reproving. Trump is really sitting in his office watching us. You know, I know they sitting down watching the apostles and the elders. He resonates with that generation, you know? And he getting cut every which way, but
Taking notes.
Good.
Jeremiah 50 and 43. It says, the king of Babylon had heard the report of them.
Who's the king of Babylon? Trump, man. You know Nero's back in office. You know, like, hey, it's clear and it's evident, man. And he's acting as a king. Scratch a president, like the scriptures say, the king. He got hella power over here now, man. Gerrymandering, the way he going about, hey, man, he's heard the report from Elder Apostle to heart that, hey, America's about to be destroyed, and thus saith Yahawashi.
It says, and his hands waxed feeble, anguish took hold of him, and pains as of
It
a
said
woman.
he waxed feeble. What else?
And anguish took hold of him.
Yeah, so he got weak at the fact. They understand they get my plan. They understand what's going on. Hold on, let me call an audible. I got a plan B. Oh, I called the audible and they sent a blitz. Bam, I got hit. A 10-yard loss.
Yeah.
Continue.
Throw down the football.
It's now. Ball, ref, call something, man. Call something.
Hey, but you know when somebody lose, when they start arguing amongst themselves.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? They say it again, say it, they shall fire. Jake been them, man. You sucking, nigga. Hold on, y'all better block.
Yeah.
That's like the Democrats and Republicans, man.
Damn, that's cold.
It's on a matter of time before they lose the game, bro. It's on a matter of time. And you add it long, man. Don't talk to your O-line like that.
You ain't gotta talk to this dude like that.
Look, man, shut up.
Esau, yeah, we doing it like, man. Esau, go snatch up every check you can, man. We telling him to do that. We antagonizing his O-line, man, because we just got a sack.
That's it.
You see? You got it.
And now it says, and pains, it's like it read it. Anguish took hold of him, and pains as of a woman in travail.
Oh, it's internal. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do to stop what's coming. You see? Esau did his damnedest to hide this truth and to bury it, to smother it, to put it out of sight. You know? But at the end of the day, it's coming forth. Like a woman in travail. Those pains, you can't deny that. It's coming forth, man. All right, with that in on that, I'll finish off. All right. It says, he is grievous unto us, even to behold. So that's speaking, when we look at Esau, it's like, man, let me get the hell up out of here. I don't want to be around this dude. Certain conversations that Esau he talking about his rod, talking about his wife. Hey man, get away from me. That's just, those are taboo conversations. I don't want to hear that, bro. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. Salah. It says, he is grievous unto us even to behold. For his,
They say he's grievous unto us, behold, because we commit righteousness. And righteousness is frowned upon in this society.
For his life is not like other men.
Yeah, we ain't moles.
Yeah, we ain't moles. We ain't robbers, stealers, killers. We ain't finessing our people.
We manly men.
Yeah, I don't even want to be a sales rep because I know I gotta finesse somebody out they brain. That's just an off career to me, you know? So it says, his ways are of another fashion. So what? We're taking off the filthy garments, we're taking off the mortal, and we're putting on the immortal. We're putting on the righteous, man. You see, we're putting on that armor of Yahawashi. So our ways and our manners is of another fashion, man. I don't look at this brother's wife. Matter of fact, I'd rather not know her. You know? Hey, your son could come around after 12. Hey, I only want to get in the gathering in a minute. If I want to listen to music and dance and jump around, I want to do it the bros now. I used to think, Jake, you couldn't do that without female. That's a lie. But Esau showed you that. You see? So our ways of another fashion that we're taking ourselves away from the Lord. Like the apostle told us, don't be going to these particular areas and stuff. That niggas do that. That's why niggas getting put to death, but we're not. Esau's hoping he hear brother, one of the Israelite got shot down, gunned down. They want to hear that, but you'll never get that, man, because our ways are of another fashion. We move righteously, man.
Ultimately, we got the spirit of the Lord upon us, right?
That's right.
Yahawashi, he said you can tell a man that he's a gate. They can just see the spirit upon us that we're not with this sheep, man.
Okay. Yeah. It says, now the point, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. Hey man, this shit that you showing me, man, I don't want that. It's bullshit. It's BS. Your money ain't real. Your women ain't real. Your food ain't real. Your philosophies ain't real. Because everything that Esau has showed us, show me where it has a sustaining power. Everything in this place is temporary, man. Everything that he's shown, the car, his policies, he's going back and reverting against policies that he said that would create a strong society. But now the society is in this place. Now you got to go. Bro, what are you on, bro? So it says we're esteemed as counterfeits. Counterfeits can never stand the test of time. That's the ultimate end all be all with counterfeits. That's why we don't want them. It says we are esteemed of him as counterfeits because we know he abstained from our ways from filthiness.
Yeah, man. He says he throw these places away like a menstrual flow. You know? Yeah.
It says he abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that Yahawah is his father. And that's what we do. We make the boast of Yahawashi. Hey, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know what I'm not supposed to be doing. I know you said I should have took that stand. I'm not. It's against Yahawashi. And when you stand on that simple understanding, he can't reach out and touch your power. He got to reach out and touch you, because you're going to cause this guy to feel that way, that guy, and so on and so forth, man. This is why he has to come against the men of the Lord, because this spirit of righteousness and truth has become infectious, man. Either you're fortified at this point, or you're against it. And if you're against it, you're coming against this place with a truth. And you ain't coming with just emotion, it's some truth. To really hurt somebody feeling in this society now, you gotta come with a truth. You calling a fat woman fat, don't even hurt her feelings no more. That'll hurt a woman in the 90s. It doesn't hurt the woman of 2025 because she's big and beautiful. She's a BBW. But the truth is, you're a walking health concern.
Pride, we got diabetes. Yeah, getting bad, then we got our food, come on.
It says, verse 17. Let us see if his words be true.
And if I may add, that's why even Trump calls us the prophets of doom. He's often to get ready to come down and have the great rally. He want to see the Lord do miracles for the lack of better words, man. That's why he's setting up. brothers to get thrown in concentration camps, Alcatraz Island. It's actually going to take a miracle to get delivered from them, man. But like the brother just mentioned, that's the time for the Lord to do his work, man. You know?
Yeah. It says, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him.
And now part of him saying that the words being true is he's going to try to touch the prophet. What the scriptures say, touch not mine anointing and do my prophets no harm. Guess what? Esau's going to try to test it. And how crazy and wild do you have to be to try to fight against the powers of powers, man? The kings of kings, man. Lord of lords. But again, it's our prophecy set up. You're going to Revelation the 12th chapter, 2nd Ezra the 16th chapter, around 69th verse, 70th verse. But those who consent unto them, you know what I'm saying, for the lack of better words, they're going to take the chip and die.
If I could add to that brother's point, I came across a reel. If I can find it, I'm throw it in the group. Well, it was a white woman. It was a man that says a part of Esau's power is he has to show you in the subliminal because that's consent. Esau can do nothing against you really without your consent. That's how the left hand gets his power. The Lord, the right hand doesn't need consent. It's righteous. It does. You know it is. But the left hand needs consent. You see, and Esau is going to need your consent to have to take your to hit you with the OJ, man.
And that spirit, that's why the Lord called Israel a common delicate woman. And one thing about the virgin, when he's creepy, like I seen that shit before. You see a creepy ass nigga around the virgin, he's on the verge to take it. Like about the word.
It's a different look in his eyes.
That's a different look in his eyes, man. And that's the spirit how it's gonna be when niggas out here taking that chip, man. Because Esau, he's going to go for the elect, for the lack of better words, but also he's going to come for Israelites too. Niggas claim to be righteous, niggas claim to have fringes on, but lack of better words, those are niggas claim to be down. You know, you got it.
You got the Jakes and the crop top fringe.
Yeah, he got a crop top fringe all the way down, you know what I'm saying? Then he got a turban on.
Yeah.
It's sick, bro.
It says, for if the just man be the son of Yahawashi, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemy.
So it's saying if he is a man of the Lord, he will be delivered. Again, take not mine anointing and my prophets no harm. Because once we get put into these different situations and different scenarios, Yahawashi is going to find a way for us to get delivered from it, man. Just like Daniel in the lion's den, you know what I'm saying? Even 70 AD, it was men that was Masada 69 it was men that was basically on point in that day, man. And they knew the scripture saying, you better run to the mountain. You know, certain niggas just saved, yeah. But ultimately, through the wisdom of Yahawashi, they was preserved, man. You know, you got it.
All right, verse 19. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture.
Yeah, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture. That's why these concentration camps is coming out, man. You know, we laugh, we joke about it, we do all this, but it's gonna be real when you get thrown in there, man. When you have that time with the Lord, bro. Come on.
It says, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience.
Yeah, to see if you really believe in the Lord. Yeah. Again, because you can come, we come out every week, but it's gonna get to a point when you're gonna have that hour of temptation, man. Yeah, this is just practice. Pastor I said this mini camp. It's a 59-man roster, and somebody's gonna have to get cut. And the reason how you get cut is what? Losing your faith, man. And that's what Esau's gonna get ready to do. He already know what Jake like. Nigga know the recent statements he did on the credit cards. And ultimately he know what's your biggest fears too. Because this nigga been studying us ever since he was born, but at the same time, the Lord, he have a way to preserve us from this situation. I think it's gonna go into it, ain't you?
It says, let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own sayings he shall be respected.
Yes, because ultimately niggas gonna talk shit. I knew you were gonna get locked up. I knew that was gonna happen to you. But guess what? You want to be respected amongst the men that really know what's going on. You know, your face get flashed up on the news and shit. Nigga got a trend on Twitter with your name on it. For the lack of better words, guess what? Yahawashi, we're gonna glorify his name through all that bullshit, man.
Send up prayers.
Send up prayers for that. That's heavy though, bro. Because again, what happened when Peter got locked up, man? Prayers was made in church without the ceasing. You know? But
They knew it was on. It says, for such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness have blinded them.
Yeah, your own wickedness. Nigga blind with Instagram, he don't know what the fuck going on, man. And ultimately, that's how you're gonna get destroyed. You got it?
And as for the mysteries of Yahawah, Yahawashi, they knew them not.
Yeah, they didn't know about America being destroyed. They didn't even know you was gonna get thrown in the concentration camps because a lot of these Israelites are not mentally prepared for what's ahead, man. You got it?
It says, neither hope they for the wages of righteousness, nor discern a reward for blameless souls.
They ain't know about the kingdom of heaven, man. They ain't know about that crime of salvation. Niggas ain't know about that. They ain't know. The only thing they knew about is the shit that Babylon had going on. You know? And ultimately, that's why Esau gonna get destroyed, and 2/3 people gonna get destroyed too, man. You know, anybody got some? You got some, Sham? You got some? Yeah, with that, I can pray that this lesson is edifying. We give our praise and glory to
Yahawah, by Sham, Yahawashi, by Sham, Qadash.
give double honors to our apostle, Elder Great Millstone, and Shalom.
Shalom. Tonight.
Right now.